Do I have a few younger friends who may want to come forward? So in case I forget later, you see this gentleman over here, the good-looking guy? That's Harry Huddleston. He's a World War II veteran, and 2 days ago was his 95th birthday. How about that? Yeah. Yeah. He's been here for about a month. He has to go back to Florida. Oh, well. But he's 95 years old and he drives to Florida. Not bad. Anyway, the other day, speaking of Florida, remember that day it was raining and it was windy and it was snowing and it was 28 degrees? So I'm driving back and forth and I pass like a nursery, a place that sells trees and plants. And it wasn't a good day for a tree or a plant. But I pulled in the parking lot. I wanted to see what they had. And it was like closed. And there was like one guy inside. And he saw me and he felt sorry for me. And he let me in and he said, "What are you doing here?" And I said, "I'm looking for something for a children's sermon." So he said, "Just come in and look around." So I went into this far corner. It was all, nobody there, and I saw all these pots. You ever talk to a pot? So I picked up this brown pot. And then he said, "Who are you?" And I said, "I'm just looking." And he said, "Well, what are you here for?" I said, "I just want to talk to you." And he said, "Do you want to hear my story?" And I said, "Well, not really." But he said, "I'm going to tell you anyway." He said, "When I was younger, I was bright and smiley. You know, I just was always smiling and everything. And I just, but I'm older now, and I remember when my goldfish died. Have you ever had a pet that died in your house? Yeah, we had a cat that died. And then, do any of you still have a great grandma still living? Well, he had a great grandma. She was really old, and then she died. And then Fred got a little older, and he had a grandpa that died. And then he had a best friend who moved away and got sick, and he died. And the older he got, the more people he had to say goodbye to. And he got really sad. So he just spent a whole lot of time feeling sorry for himself about all the people that weren't there anymore. And he eventually just became brown and tired. Well, he had a dream. And in his dream, he went to heaven. And in his dream, he saw this, whoever this is over here. And Fred said, "Well, who are you?" And he said, "Well, for right now, I'm God." He said, "Ooh, I didn't know you looked like that." And he said, "Well, God said, I come in a lot of different shapes and sizes. And today, I look like this." And God said, "You look so sad." He said, "I am." He said, "Well, reach down deep inside you still have a soul, okay? That never goes away." And then God said, "I want you to take one of these." So he took one of those. And Fred said, "What is this?" And he said, "Well, these are the winds of the Spirit. And whenever the wind blows, it goes around and around. And you'll feel the spirit of your goldfish and your cat, maybe your great-grandma, maybe your grandpa, maybe your good friend who's no longer there. Because, you know, in God's world, the people that you love, they die, but then something about them lives. And it's their spirit. And that spirit is always a part of you." And Fred said, "I didn't know that." He said, "Well, that's why I'm God and you're Fred, you know. I know stuff that you don't know. And someday, you may just see all those people again when you really get to heaven and don't just dream about it." So guess what? Today's about remembering the people that we kind of miss. It's all saying. So what I'd like to have you do, if you're not busy, I'd like each one of you, in fact, I think I'm going to have, you'll help me, right? I want you to take a pot, and in that pot is a soul, and we're going to give each one of you a little windmill thing to blow, and we're going to go on a march. Is that okay? Come on, get up. And we're going to give each one, before you go on the march, you got to take one of these and put it in your pot. So take a pot first. Okay? Go in there and get a pot. Hey. Come on, take a pot. Take a pot. Take a pot too, okay? Okay, you guys ready? Come on. Come on, one left. I don't get out much. Hey, Sandra. Come on, guys. I'll give you one. I'll save one for you. All right, Colleen. Okay. All right. Well, thanks for that march, and you can go back to your seats. Take your time. Oh, come on. You're welcome. So if any of you know someone, or even you, that could use a little boost, this is what happens when you buy the props and you have no idea what you're going to say. So anyway, but we have plenty of these left over, and take one. Our next song is number 661, 661.